Okay. For her preeclampsia point of view, which all antihypertensive you would like to do? You would like to give?
Depend on diabetes.
Labetalol. You would like to do. But what are other antihypertensive which are allowed in the pregnancy? You would like to utter the name of the pharmaceutical name, not a trade name, preferably in our clinical scenario. Okay, so labetalol, nifedipine, alpha methyl dopa, and which antihypertensive are contraindicated in preeclampsia?
ACE inhibitors.
Contraindicated.
Imisartan.
ACE
Imisartan.
AC inhibitor, newer antihypertensive whose report we don't know, like sartan derivative, then beta blockers,
Losartan.
then we have already covered that in sartan group. So everything is there are many sartan groups are that. Then
Calcium.
furosemide. Diuretics are, these are all contraindicated drugs for the pregnancy. What we can use is nifedipine, alpha methyl dopa, labetalol, and hyperlazine. Nitroglycerin in acute severe hypertensive crisis. These are all treatment options available for us. So, what are the guidelines or what are the blood pressure we should achieve at?
Below 140 by 90.
140 by 90 is desirable level. Below that level, it is not so much desirable. It will lead to the decreased blood supply to the placenta and the fetus. It will cause the IUG. Okay, what is the delivery plan for this pregnancy?
First we bring HB at least up to 8.
Okay,
Then
normalize hemoglobin. Okay,
then we control her blood pressure.
control her blood pressure. Okay,
And then accordingly we plan LSAs.
why LSCs? Why don't we want to give her a try? Is there any indication of cesarean section at this moment?
If the patient is doing well, then we'll wait for the spontaneous normal labor.
You will wait for spontaneous normal labor or what? Or you will like terminate the pregnancy with induction of labor?
We tell her maturity is attained
She is already which how many weeks?
37 weeks.
37 she is already achieved. So we can induce the patient. Okay, we can induce the patient for the normal labor. If any obstetric reason is there, the pregnancy is adequate, you are saying that head is floating. Okay, so this is hindering factor. The Bishop score is also not good. So you may think of cesarean section. If the induction is failed, or directly we can take her for cesarean section if it is CPD is there, severe CPD is there, we directly go for cesarean section. Okay, so that will be our plan. Post delivery or intrapartum, any complication you are anticipating, doctor?
She can have atonic uterus,
Atonic uterus causing
causing postpartum
postpartum hemorrhage,
and she is also anemic,
anemic, so causing
polyhydramnios.
hydradenitis,
So we can lead to
PPH. Okay. Again,
there can be rise in blood pressure.
rise in blood pressure, eclampsia, complication of pregnancy like infections, okay. So all these complications are anticipated. Prevention of PPH. We are already building the hemoglobin, building up the hemoglobin, and we will curtail the blood hemorrhage with the active management of third stage of labor. Okay, complication for, you are anticipating any complication for a baby?
IUGR baby.
IUGR we can, but clinically the baby is quite good size baby. What you have said already, it is 36 weeks. However, but baby might be depressed. Just one thing we can cover with all this clinical topic, Pritchard regimen. What is this Pritchard regimen? Is for severe preeclampsia or eclampsia, for preventing the further complication of convulsions. What are the dose of magnesium sulfate?
First 4 grams IV and then 5 grams.
20%. 20% IV, 4 grams slowly over 10 to 15 minutes period of time. Along with it, 5 grams on each buttock, and then on the alternate buttock every 4 hours. This is called as Pritchard regimen for the eclampsia. Okay. So, thank you. You have presented the case very nicely. Thank you very much.